Dominico101MMA.com.
I'm here at Triforce Gym in Pawtucket, Rhode Island. I'm here with John Douma, who fights Saturday at Cage Titans up in Plymouth Memorial Hall, a very popular promotion around New England. They fight there exclusively. So we're going to talk to John a little bit about his fight coming up with Brian Rossi. It's an amateur bout, but they're both veterans as amateurs. John's 3-2, Rossi's 4-1, so it should be a great fight. So we're going to ask John a little bit about his training. As you can see, Dan Cormier's back there, and they all train here. You know, we already got him on camera, so they're all getting ready for a fight. So, John, tell us a little bit about yourself, a little bit about this experience you got coming up.
Yeah, it's just going into this one. It's a title fight, so you know you could say it's a little bigger, but I don't really mind any of that. It's just a normal fight for me. Just been training every day, you know, living like I do every day. You know,
that's great. I didn't know it was a title fight, but that's awesome. To know.
Yep.
Where are you fighting in the lineup on the card that night? Like, you know about what time?
What time? Probably around. Yeah, I'm the first fight on the main card, so
okay.
It should probably be like 8 or 9 o'clock.
Okay, prime time when everyone's when they're right there. So that's awesome. Now you're fighting Brian Rossi. What do you know about him? I'm sure he's fought in the circuit around here. He's 4-1, so he's been around.
Yeah, he's been around a while. He started like when a lot of our like top pros started. He's a striker, I guess you would say. He's got a couple knockouts. His last 4 fights apparently were knockouts. I don't know. I think sometimes he thinks he's a little better than he is. You know, you fight a bunch of tuna cans your last 4 fights and you get knockouts, but you know that is what it is. He's there, I'm there, we're gonna fight. So that's about it.
Not bad, not bad. That's great. That's great. Got confidence going in. So he's had a couple of knockouts.
Yeah.
So he's basically a striker. What's your base? Where'd you start your martial arts and progress to? How you progressed?
I started wrestling in the 4th grade. And then I was about 18. I moved here. I'm from New Jersey. I moved to Rhode Island, and you know, I just didn't really have anything to do. So I decided I was going to start fighting. I found this place. And, you know, I guess everything's just kind of evolved from wrestling. You know, it started out with that, and then fell in love with jiu-jitsu, fell in love with striking, and here we are.
Here we are on a title fight Saturday night.
Years later, title fight.
How many years you been training for MMA, basically?
MMA, just MMA, like two years.
Oh, cool. Did you, you wrestled probably through high school and all that.
Yeah,
did you do any,
I got my first fight pretty quick. I was around like, most people take like a year. I just went in there like 4 months. They threw me in. I was like, all right, let's do it. So
get that feeling of that adrenaline in there. Yeah. So how'd that go? How was your first fight in the cage?
It was good. I won by submission. You know, I was scared as hell. The scariest thing I ever did. But yeah, it was good. It won.
Now, how do you feel now? All right, so you were scared as hell as that first time. You scared? You still have the jitters going in?
Yeah, of course I'm scared.
Yeah.
Fighting I love it, and sometimes I hate it most of the time, you know, especially now this week. It's just, you know, it's just a grind, but it's what I do. I don't really know anything else, you know.
Nice. So this is a featherweight title, 145.
Yep.
How's your weight cut? How's everything coming into this week? You're training, like, how you feeling? You relaxed, ready to go?
You know, at this moment, I'm a little hungry. Yeah. You know, but
I made sure I didn't bring in a pizza. I was starving, so I'll eat later.
But yeah, no, I feel good. Training's been going great. It's just normal, you know. I train like this every day, like I'm in a fight camp. So, you know, I just rolled right into it, and before you know it, you know, it's fight week.
It's fight night. It's fight night. I'll be there cheering you guys on. I'll be probably sitting with. Well, is he going to be cornering you? Is Dan going to be cornering you?
Yeah, Dan will be there.
Yeah, I'll be in the crowd somewhere yelling at you guys and stuff. So it'll be all good. So going into this fight, what do you expect to happen facing Rossi? Since he's you know, he's a striker, and you're basically. I know you can strike too, but you probably go back to your jiu-jitsu and want to control the ground. So what are you looking for in here when you're feeling them out there?
It's hard to say, you know, like we train for everything. We train to be as technical as we can. So, you know, I take opportunities where I see them. You know, I'm not just gonna force something. So, you know, I can't tell you. You know, I have no idea what's gonna happen.
That's great. That's great. Yeah, you go in there and you just let it happen. You let your instincts take over, and you listen to the coaches in the corner, and they guide you along. So I'm sure it's going to be. I can't wait for this exciting fight. When was your last fight? I think a couple of months, 2 or 3 months ago.
Yeah. It was back in
June. Was it June?
Yeah, June.
And then you fought at Cage Titans.
Yeah.
And you came around. You know, came out with a win there. Was that a decision? How'd you win? How was that?
That was unanimous.
Unanimous decision at the end, which is great. A grind out.
Yeah, it was a tough one.
Yeah. So how do you feel about? Well, you're fighting for a Cage Titans title, but how do you feel about that organization? Like you've been in it for fighting for them a little while.
They're good. So. Mike's a real good guy. You know, he treats the fighters right. Yeah, I mean, I like them.
He puts on a great show. Like it's a great that Memorial Hall is a wonderful place. You don't expect that to be an MMA place to have a show, but it's centrally located. It's in a great spot, and you go in there. It's beautiful to watch. It's
crazy when you're in that cage and you're looking up and all that.
Yeah, you see the balconies or whatever all around. Yeah,
you kind of got to ignore all that when you get in there. You know,
it's tough. I mean, you got the crowd. The crowd sounds great in there. Just the sound in there. The audience participation is awesome.
Yeah.
So John, I wish you well. I'm going to be there that night. I'm going to let you get back to training.
All right.
We're going to get another one of his training partners out here pretty soon. So we're going to let him get back to what he's doing. We'll show a little bit, but not much because he's in a secret right now. He's got a fight coming up. So John Douma is 3-2. He's fighting Brian Rossi at Cage Titans this Saturday night. It's November 5th. It's at Plymouth Memorial Hall. Everyone should be familiar with it around New England. It's going to be a great fight. He's fighting for a title, 145 featherweight division, and I can't wait to see it, John. So thanks for coming on, and get back over there and lose another pound or two. Take care.
All right, thank you.
All right, buddy. All right, we'll have another fighter on. We're gonna have Allison Blackwell on very soon. She's we're gonna let her sweat it up a little more back there, but she's having her first fight as an amateur in the cage at Cage Titans. So we're gonna get her point of view and see the jitters she might have and her little what she has to talk about a woman's perspective of her first fight in MMA. So we'll have that in a second. Thank you. Stay tuned.